Think about how far comedy has come from when albums were the only way to do it. Like when I was a kid wanting to find a comedy album, I'd go into the record store and I'd look at this giant place filled with albums, and I would have to go further and further into the back, into that
Yep.
one little thing.
Yeah.
Comedy was such an afterthought. It was
And
just
it was
stuck in next to the
but
garbage bin.
I feel like the comedy was better because it was an afterthought, because
Mm,
no one took it seriously. You could get away with so much more because you're
mm.
like, I'm just a comedian. Why are you getting so wound up about me? Like
Right.
now,
Yeah.
comedy, I feel so bad for these comedians who are their stuff is put up in the like alongside news items
I
about
know.
where they're and it's like remember in the 80s we all wanted comedy to be taken more seriously. Well, apparently we wished for that on a monkey's paw because now it's just like we're not causing international incidents, but they
I
treat it like we
know.
are.
I know. And
And
then they're starting to treat each other that way.
okay, this thing about comedians are the new philosophers. They're the truth tellers. If comedians are the philosophers and truth tellers, then your society is in trouble.
I know.
Your society is in a lot of trouble. Comedians, the truth tellers and philosophers should be journalists and philosophers,
Yep.
not clowns. Like, no, but comedians are court jesters. It's like, do you know what the world was like when we had court jesters? Yes, they were able to say whatever they wanted
Yeah.
because the world was so awful. The king was like, I'm just going to go have sex with your 14-year-old daughter and send your kids off to war because I'm in a bad mood. But here comes Corncob the farting dwarf. He's gonna call me fat, and that's gonna balance it all out. So thank God for the jesters, the truth teller. It's like, no, that's not.
I know.
Having jesters is not a good thing.
I know.
Like a true comedian can not necessarily topple a king, but can change the way people. Jesters don't topple anything. They
I
stay the
know.
jester, and the king stays the king. Don't wish to be a jester.
Yeah, there's no grown-ups left. So comedians now have equal weight of news people.
And we
they
shouldn't.
shouldn't.
We should
We
not.
shouldn't.
When-
I saw someone attacking Andrew Schultz about something he was saying about I think he was on with Charmaine the
Charlemagne the God.
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
And people were attacking Andrew because he got something wrong. He really did get it wrong.
Mhm.
And about the Democrats and all this kind of stuff. And it was like, don't attack Andrew. This guy just ended up in this position. I know Andrew. Andrew's a nice guy.
Right.
Andrew is a very funny comedian. He is not a great thinker. He is not a journalist. He's not spending all of his time on these facts. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So don't put him in a position where he is the arbiter of all the truth. He's a funny guy who now
Yeah.
is getting traction from talking politics.
There are some comedians who I think kind of embrace and revel in the fact that, oh, I am just as important as the news, and they don't realize, wait a minute, I should be put like someone like Charlemagne the God, as intelligent as he is, still tries to point people toward, no, please read these writers, please read these reporters.
Yeah.
There are certain comedians, who I'm not going to name, who do kind of act like, I am bringing truth to people, and that's the end of your career. When you start thinking like that,
Yeah.
it was very telling how in the early 90s when people would tell Bill Maher and Jon Stewart, like, I get my news from you. And they would immediately go, you should not be getting your news from me.
Right.
I should be the dessert you have after you've read and thought about the news.
Yeah.
And then it all just got replaced with entertainment. And that's why we are where we are right now.
Well,
'Cause
that's a
they
big
were
point.
they were both very, very good at parsing the news. But
Yeah.
then people just became, I'll just watch it that way.
Well, when when Hannity got in trouble and he said, "No, I'm not news. I'm entertainment." That was his out for being called out on his mistakes. And he was very truthful and he said, "I'm entertainment." But he doesn't treat it like entertainment. His
No.
audience doesn't treat it as
No.
entertainment. But it gives the entertainers now the same weight as these guys. So when you have a popular podcast, people just think it's the same as a news organization.
Yes.
Because we're all playing the entertainment game, not a news game.
It would be great if a truly entertaining, high-rated podcast, either at the end or the beginning, said, really happy you tuned in. Could you please just go read these 3 articles. They're each like a 4-minute read, and watch this quick YouTube documentary or watch this clip from the PBS NewsHour. It's 4 minutes at
Yeah.
a time. It will really explain things better. You know, like
Yeah.
it's why John Oliver is so amazing, because he's always trying to point people toward. I'm glad you stopped here
Yeah.
for this entertainment. You need to go check this out.
Right, exactly.
Please go check this out. So maybe there will be a maybe just in legal terms, these podcasters will start going, look, you need to start reading these other things, because I don't want to be held responsible for this
Right.
stuff. I don't want people going, you
Yeah.
got this guy elected. No, I just had him on my show.
It's such a funny. I
You
feel
know.
like doing a public service announcement. Like
Yes.
as a comedian, let me tell you, as a comedian, I
Right.
want to say this to the camera. As a comedian,
Yeah.
you should know that comedians don't like dead air, and they're always they want to
That's-
go to the
yes.
next subject and get a laugh and be and they're gonna spew stuff out. They're not news people. Just
No.
know that we are desperate laugh creatures.
If you that's sorry, that sounds like such a weird, like John Waters script that he never got the funding for. It's called Desperate Laugh Creatures. I couldn't get people to creep people out. They couldn't deal with it.